Guys, welcome to the patch. Today I'm going to show you guys how to build a potion farm in Terraria. You're going to need a potion farm if you want to make a lot of potions, as otherwise you're gonna walk around your world and find potions everywhere. In the description below is a link to the wiki page where you can find all the potion crafting recipes if you want to craft some potions. The first thing we're going to need for a potion farm is going to be seeds. You can get seeds from flowers who are blooming. Blooming means that they have met a certain condition where a flower is growing, and when you destroy it then with a pickaxe like this one, you will get seeds and the flower, of course. So let's get some flowers. The way to find those plants is by looking on your map. As you can see, this is my world map here. You can just go to any biome and look for ordinary spots. Like here, this is the corruption. You can also use crimson or any other biome. You can see these little green strange thingies here. And if you hold your cursor on them, it says dead wheat. So you can see like there grows dead wheat here. So when I go to this block, I'll find dead wheat. You cannot see or it's blooming or anything, but you can see that it is there. Or when you go to, let's say the desert, you'll see little green cubes somewhere, I think. Oh, here. And that's in the water leaf. So this is an easy way to find them. So you're still gonna get to them and hope that they are already blooming and stuff. But this is an easy way to find them. Okay, so the first flower we're going to get is the shiver thorn. You can see them right here. There's two blue flowers, or three even. They will always bloom. As soon as they reach their adult stage, you first get to grow, and then when they're adult, they always bloom. There's no really special condition you're going to need. That's also why this is probably the easiest flower to get. You will find it everywhere in the snow biome, but yeah, I find them underground mostly, so I think you should search there. It's not necessary to search underground, probably. Okay, let's get them. Shiverthorn and Shiverthorn seeds. Well, the Shiverthorn is nice, but the real thing we need is the Shiverthorn seeds. So we got 4 Shiverthorn seeds. That's good enough. Let's get to the next flower. The second flower we're going to need is a moonglow, which you can see right here. You can find it in the underground jungle, and it will only bloom when it's night. So when you do not see this little blue flower and do not see these particle effects, you should wait until it's night. Otherwise you will only get the flower and no seeds. So yeah, that sucks, that you cannot make a farm without seeds. Okay. Here we go, moonglow. Moonglow and 2 moonglow seeds. Good. So the third plant we're going to need is deadweed. This one is the hardest to find, since it will only bloom... come on, fuck off. It will only bloom when it's full moon or blood moon. So it's full moon at the moment, and you can see these little particle effects coming off. Those purple particles. So when you collect it, you will get deadweed and deadweed seeds. Just like with the other plants. The deadweed is good if you already want to make a potion, but the deadweed seeds is what we're going to need. So, yeah, you want to watch out, since if you go into the corruption when it's blood moon, it is really hard to survive. So, you gotta plan ahead a little bit for the deadweed. I consider the deadweed the most hardest plant to find from all of the plants we're going to need for the potion farm. So yeah, we already got the hardest one. Let's get to the fourth one. The fourth plant you're going to need is a blink root, which you can see next to me. It is green yellow, but my shadow orb is kinda ruining it. You can see it's grey yellowish. This plant is very strange. It blooms randomly. So this plant can just go off any minute, but when it isn't blooming, it can also just start to bloom every minute. You can see that it's blooming because it will give a little bit of light, which you cannot really see very good now, but normally you can see that it gives light. So that means that it's blooming. You can find it underground, growing on dirt. That's very special. Blinkroot seeds. Let's get to the 5th plant. Okay, so number 5 is a fire blossom, which you can see right here. As you can see, it has no flower, it's not blooming. You can find the fire blossom in hell, or in the underworld, whatever you want to call it. And it blooms between 3:45 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. So you gotta have a clock or something like that to see when it blooms. So I'm just going to wait here until it blooms, try to survive. It's going to be a hard task. And I will continue recording when it is blooming. So yeah, it started blooming. As you can see, it makes a few fire particles from time to time, and it now has a bloom. So you can clearly see the difference at the fire blossom. And yeah, they grow everywhere in the underworld. So don't worry about not being able to find one. Look, there is another one. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, lava doesn't really hurt them, apparently. This one was having lava. So yeah, let's get to the next flower. Okay, so the next one we're going to have is the water leaf, which you can see right here. The name already tells you it, probably, but you can only yeah, it only blooms when it's raining. You can find it everywhere in the desert or just on random sand blocks placed anywhere. And yeah, that's basically it. So water leaf seeds. We only got one, but it's good enough. And now let's get to the last flower, which is going to be the day bloom. The last flower we're going to need is the day bloom. Well, here is one, but it's still growing, and there is no day bloom in my world left, except one. And I kinda evaporated it with my mini shark while I was trying to destroy one of those annoying fishes. So yeah, as you can see, I got daybloom seeds somewhere, daybloom seeds, and here is the daybloom. But you can just find it everywhere in a forest biome, and it will bloom during the day, unless it is still growing, like this one over here. So now we have all the flowers and the seeds. Let's get to building. Okay, so let's build this thing. The first thing you're going to need is clay, a lot of clay. Since for every clay pot you have to get 6 clay. And you want to get 1 clay pot for every plant you want. So you have 7 plants. If you want 1 of each, you're going to have 7 clay pots, which I have ready right here. And you can craft them at the furnace. Just stand in front of the furnace and go to clay pot, and then make a few. Then you want to make something like this to put the clay pots on. So you can just put them down like this. You're going to have to put some room above every platform and the ground, because otherwise you cannot put the plants there. And then you want to just put them in. Selecting the seeds and clicking above the clay pot. So not on the clay pot, but above it. I recommend putting the same types of flower in a group, because it's much easier to harvest, since you have to wait until they met certain conditions to harvest, and then you can easily get them all at once. So yeah, this is just a basic setup. You want to make this a lot bigger if you want to get a lot of potions, since it takes a while before you can harvest them. And yeah, for every potion you're going to need a few of them. So that's basically it. That's how you're going to make a potion farm. If you have any questions or problems, be sure to put them in the comments below. And if you like the video, please click the like button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.